Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab that coffee! Maybe a snick snack or two and let's get into it. So, we are in the pantry. You guys have been in my pantry before, alright? But I wanted to show you what's new. I worked my Budinsky off. You have no idea. I almost broke my back last night, but what's new? What's new? What's new? Andrew's bed is gone. That California King, I swear to God, it weighed 300 pounds. You should have seen it. I did it. I did it. I was praying to God the whole time. But I'm not really done in here, okay? I'm really not, all right? You see, I still have some stuff in here, okay? Some pillows, a TV. I got to give that to, bring that back over to for Dominic and Cariana. But, you know, and yes, I am showing you my preps, but it's not all of it, all right? So, stop. But I wanted to show you, you know, what I got going on, okay? All right. Now, here's some of my indoor gardening, all right? And I planted seeds. And look what we got. Some poking at you. Look. Some tomato plants. Did anything poking at you over here? Not yet. Oh, yep, right there. And a little guy right there. But the one thing that we had to do in here with these hydroponics, okay, we had to, okay, because you see how the light is on a stand, right? I had to take the light off of the stand on this one because these are my eggplants. They got so big that the leaves were touching the lamp, right? Look what happened. See that? The leaves were starting to get burnt. And I said, oh, no, not my plants. So we took it down, all right? So I wanted to show you. And then here, we don't have any sprouts yet, okay? But I planted carrots in here. Do we have anything poking at you over here yet? Yep, right there. There's a little guy. Anything in here yet? No? Okay. But here's another pepper plant. So, we've got... I'm running really low on water. I at one time had 75 cases of water in here. And they were all shoved underneath Andrew's bed. But with helping the community like I do, you know, my neighbors and stuff like that, we're running low. So, but not to worry. Not to worry. You know me. I'll have this stacked up higher than the ceiling. But I just wanted to show you, okay, what I've been working on. All right. And I have this black curtain up for my canning jars, because I don't want the lights, the UV lights from my hydroponics and these UV lights right here to affect my jars. Okay, and these black shower curtains here, I got these at Dollar Tree. All right, so it's just a cheap fix, all right? So I just wanted to give you a quick update on what I've been doing, all right? And I will be getting my greenhouse up and going very shortly because like I showed you with that right on, and with that little ceiling fan thingy, hang on, that, I can't get it, that I had gotten with the light and all, okay? So this is what I've been working on, all right? And wow, what a job, but I got it done. And I am so happy because now I have extra room. And then there's that. And then I have more room for more plants, more preps. So you know me, this room is going to be full. It's going to be full, and there's no holding me back now. Nay, nay. All right, let's get into the date. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are going on, all right? And I am going to be putting out multiple videos, okay? Like I always do, but these videos are going to be touching on a lot of subjects, okay? So just bear with me, all right? So the one thing that I am going to be talking about is, hi, Bug. My son. As Americans right now are tackling with accelerating inflation, skyrocketing gas prices, food and baby formula shortages, following the manufactured pandemic. Manufacturing plants are mysteriously being burned down on a regular basis. We've spoken about this multiple times. In 2021, Resilnic, and that's, Stormy, stop it, RESILINC, a leading global supply chain monitoring and risk management firm, no, Stormy, has been tracking these disruptions, okay, at manufacturing plants for over a decade. And they were prompted to create a war room type thing, okay, to track the sudden uptick of supply chain disruptions, all right? Now, this company issued 11,642 alerts notifying it, which include today's largest multinational organizations, about supply chain disruptions, an 88% increase in supply chain disruptions in a single year. Now, Stormy, year of disruption, you know that? Now, North America has experienced 5,417 supply chain disruptions, more than any other developed nation, followed by Europe, which saw 2,838, and Asia, which saw 2,128. Now, manufacturing plants are not accidentally getting destroyed in the United States. Destructive fires, like those raging across the food factories across the U.S., have suspiciously become commonplace around the world. And more factories fires have occurred in 2021 than any year in record history. Now, nearly a quarter of the supply chain disruptions globally were attributed to manufacturing plants being set aflame. And this is according to exclusive data compiled with this war room database that they have, okay? So the uptick is due mostly to gaps in regulatory process execution, as well as shortage of skilled labor in warehouses. Factory fires are contributing to record-breaking supply shortages. If a warehouse goes down for a month due to a factory fire, the trickle effect is huge. If no one is checking that the fire sprinklers are working, or if there are flammable materials like cardboard left on the floor because there is not enough staff available to clean up, it can turn into a very bad scenario. So this is what we're seeing, okay? So on to this. This is very, very concerning, all right? There is a historic U.S. emergency oil reserves release aimed at lowering domestic fuel prices, which led to more than 5 million barrels of oil exported to Europe and Asia last month, despite record high gas and diesel prices. And we're all feeling this, all right? The news of the export to other nations was reported about a week ago and raised concerns over the continued mismanagement of resources by the potato administration. And oil exports from the U.S. to reach an all-time high of 3.3 MBD in the current quarter as refinery disruptions, strategic petroleum reserves releases increase available supplies. Now, the export of crude and fuel hinders the impact of the moves by Potato, who claimed that the release of the strategic reserves would lead to lower prices at the pump. Big fat lie. And U.S. crude inventories are now at the lowest since 2004. Now, refineries in the Gulf Coast were at 97.9%. Utilization before the release of these reserves. And Potato, he's continuing to grasp at straws here to deflect blame for the rising fuel cost. It's all becoming a blame game here. Who's going to point fingers at who this time? On Saturday, he called for gas stations to cut their prices, drawing criticism from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, all right? And about 1 million barrels are being released from this strategic petroleum reserve daily. And the release is expected to continue through October. U.S. crude futures are above $111 a barrel. The gas and diesel prices are above $5 a gallon in most of the country. And you know as well as I do that right before a hurricane hits us, like literally like the day before, the day of, it skyrockets like at least $1.50 a gallon. Now, according to U.S. Customs data, the fourth largest U.S. oil refinery, Phillips 66, studied roughly 470,000 barrels of sour crude from the Big Hill SPR storage site in Texas to TRISH, and it's TRIESTE, Italy. This is the home to a pipeline sending oil to Central Europe refineries. And the same data showed that Atlantic Trading and Marketing, which is part of a parent corporation called Total Energies, exported 2 shipments of 560,000 barrels each. A third cargo is actually headed to China. Yeah. Crude and fuel prices would likely be higher if the SPR releases hadn't happened. But at the same time, it isn't really having the effect that was assumed. This bastard, he's killing us. He's killing us. He doesn't care either. So on to this before I go. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about this, but I have, and this hit close to home to me, okay? The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services have confirmed that we are having something called these giant African land snails in the area of Pasco County. Now, I live about a half an hour from Pasco County, okay? And when this happened, the area which they were actually quarantined. Okay, yeah, I know. And the area is called Newport Richey. Now, this was not like the Rona quarantine or anything like that. This one means that residents are prohibited from moving plants, soil, yard waste, debris, compost, building materials outside of the designated area. Now, these giant African land snails is one of the most damaging snails in the world and consumes at least 500 different plants. The species was first discovered in Florida in 2011. Each snail can live up to 9 years and grow to be about 8 inches in length. Yeah, about the size of your hand. And these snails can be devastating to local agriculture and natural areas as they cause extensive damage to tropical and subtropical environments. The species has cost local officials about $10.8 million so far. And these snails reproduce so quickly, they make about 1,200 eggs a year. They're also tough to eradicate because they do not have any natural predators. And each snail is, like I said, about the size of your hand, about 8-9 inches. So imagine a snail that big. That's insane. And the U.S. Agricultural Department, they started the treatment to eradicate the pest last week using a pesticide called metaldehyde, and that's metaldehyde. It's known for controlling snails and slugs. I actually have a bag of it out in my garage. And property owners inside the treatment area would be notified in person or by posted notice at least 24 hours in advance of the planned pesticide treatment. Now, if you were to use this stuff, you cannot allow your dogs, if you have outside cats, anything, go near this stuff. It is fatal. Fatal to pets. So, if you, and I had bought it, I think I got it at Home Depot. It is very fatal to pets. So, if you were to buy this stuff, please, please, please be so careful. It is that fatal. Even if they get it on their paws, you have to, I mean, it's that fatal. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always,